Jaguar I-Pace, a beautiful electric car with a decent range, with a very good brand recognition. It's been out since last year, and it was a big hoopla because it's, because of everything I just named. And somehow we've all kind of forgotten about it. There's some interesting news coming out. There's some numbers, sales numbers coming out, and for the life of me, I don't know how to interpret it. I can look at these numbers and say, holy crap, this company is doing really well. Or I can say, my goodness, are they like, was this a mistake? I don't. So let me tell you what the latest is for the Jaguar I-Pace in, I guess, where are they now installment. So let's get going with that. Taking over the world, electrifying the world, E4 Electric. Welcome to E4 Electric, your number one source of unbiased electric car news. Go ahead and click on the subscribe button down there, and if you already have, don't forget that bell notification icon as well. And thank you so much to all of my Patreons for supporting this independent channel, including John and Michelle. Thank you so much for joining. That's the only place where you can watch me live every day and chat with me, and we do a little session afterwards a lot of times. And thank you for supporting this independent channel. Go to patreon.com/E4Electric to support this show. All right, so let's talk about the Jaguar I-Pace. I gotta tell you, I wasn't a big fan at first. I love the way it looks, but then I realized that honestly, the only thing that I don't like still inside of the car is a small wheel. I know they're trying to be a sporty car, but I just like a big wheel in a car that I pay 70 grand, 80 grand for. So I gotta tell you, quietly in my brain, I'm kind of put this car back into a category of maybe. So that's where I'm at personally with that. Now, the sales of this car have been kind of funny. So they just went up in May. So globally, they sold about 1,600 of them. About a third of them in Norway. So Norway loves I-Pace. Really should be really Great Britain, right? Because that's a British car. But it's Norway. There's no surprise there. Now, they've sold over 7,500 of them globally so far this year, and they're almost sold about 15,000 of them globally ever since the launch. These numbers technically are pretty good, and you can kind of look at it from two different perspectives, and let's just kind of look at positives and negatives here. But overall, I really wish they would be. And I would also wish is that would actually put up some commercials. Like look at Audi e-tron and Nissan Leaf. They're spending good money and putting up the commercials. Not always in the right places, but nevertheless, they're spending that money. They're behind it. Yes, Jaguar is a much smaller brand, but I do see their commercials all the time. And maybe, instead of advertising XJ, maybe they can advertise I-Pace. The only reason that I can see why they wouldn't do that is because they are not able to make as many of them as they should be, and we don't know why. It doesn't seem like it's a demand issue. Is it a supply issue? A lot of manufacturers are having issues with the battery suppliers, but I haven't heard anything from Jaguar, from any type of inside sources or articles out there that that's the case. So I've been stumped for a while, but let's look at some positives and negatives here in just a second. Before that, of course, I want to remind you that this video and this channel is sponsored by Byton. Check out the all-new M-Byte, the all-electric SUV coming to the US and Europe, starting at only $45,000 before the incentives. And look how easy and fast it is to reserve one, about, I don't know, 30 to 60 seconds. And mainly because there is no payment page. That's right, it takes about $0, actually exactly $0 to reserve one. So go to the description of this video to reserve your Byton today. Back to Jaguar. All right, so there's some positives and negatives here, so let's talk about it. All right, so the positive is the car's out. It looks great, and it's being sold little by little by little. Overall, and I didn't know that until I looked it up. Apparently, whatever it is that they're selling, and it, like for example, in May it's about 1,600 units globally. It's about 12% of their altogether sales. That's not bad, right? This is not global sales for electric cars are at 1 to 2%. So when it's 12% of your brand, that's pretty damn good. I actually don't even know what the Nissan Leaf percentage is, but I think it's nowhere near that. So that's good news. That kind of gives me confidence that they might just be taking it seriously as well on their end. Now, but there are some negatives, and let's look at a couple of things. One is, I don't know if you've heard, this is the story I think broke last week, is that there is a recall. They recalled all of them because of problem with regen brakes, where I guess it doesn't respond as fast as you kind of stepped on the brake pedal, which is, I think, in my professional opinion, I can say, and I'm going to use an industry term here, bad. Definitely bad. Anything brake related is usually bad, right? Anything safety related. Now, there is a fix, and they're implementing it right now. And the good news is just a software fix. Now, another bad news is that, it's not an over-the-air update fix. Everybody has to come in into the dealership and get it done that way. But come on, if you have the over-the-air capabilities, it really should be extended to everything. And something like this, much like with Tesla, they should be able to fix that. So that technology is not there. Hopefully, they may be learning their lesson, understanding that, hey, invest a little bit of money of a real over-the-air update system, and then you don't have to have this recall cost you so much money, right? Now, the other thing, and let me show you the chart here. This is the U.S. sales for Jaguar, and I specifically put them right next to the one for the e-tron. As you can see, so this is January through May in America, right? It's been around 200 units per month. That's kind of pathetic. And look at the Audi, right? In the very first month, they did 253, right? And then boom, the next month after that, 856, which by the way is getting very close to a Model S sales, which were about 1200, I believe, last month. So Audi e-tron is able to kind of ramp it up, but but Jaguar I-Pace has been kind of lagging. Those numbers don't look really good. So I am torn. I'm really torn, and I don't understand why people are not buying this car. Genuinely, I gotta tell you, it's kind of been working its way on the top of my list. And for a car that I didn't like in the beginning, that's pretty good because the competition is only growing, especially in the SUV world. And so I gotta tell you, I'm considering. Let me know, like, what do you guys think? Would you consider this car? If not, especially if not, why not? I understand it's not as awesome as Tesla, but again, the customer service, the ownership experience, just the brand itself, and the look, I think it looks way better than Model X. But again, this is just my taste. And obviously, you still get good lease deals. That's another thing they offer. Obviously, they offer discounts, I believe. But definitely, the $7,500 tax credit here in the United States is also a big perk, where that's almost gone for Tesla, especially if we wait for another month. So let me know, what do you guys think? But also, before that, don't forget to get on our VIP list, where we offer weekly bonus stories. And this one is actually going to be pretty cool. It's going to be about electric technology on water. So definitely sign up for that. It's free. Go to e4electric.com/VIP and sign up with your email address. All right. Looking forward to your comments in the comment section. Other than that, see you next time. And remember to stay charged.